like an 8, but this head is like.
Yo, what is up? What is up? What is up out there? In the household, nation, land out there. This is what I like to call Friday Night Hype. My name is Hypocrisy Jones. If you don't get the title, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But, we out here trying to do this little podcast thing, staying consistent and bringing you that heat. My homie Connie, he says we bring you that work, work, work. But my name's Hypocrisy, and I'm bringing that heat, man, because I like to keep things no holds barred, tell things how it is, just really, really, really try to be raw. And I mean, I ain't trying to be flashy or nothing like that. So it's not like that, and I'm not trying to say whatever for whatever reason. I just like to be my most authentic self, if that makes any sense to you out there. I don't know. Hopefully you're rocking with us. I appreciate you if you're out there, um, and and rocking with us. I got a few topics for tonight, but first things first, I want to talk a little Smackdown preview. I honestly I want to do this because it's super easy. The Smackdown preview tonight says don't miss all the action of Friday Night Smackdown, including two explosive title matches at 8 p.m. So we don't have any idea what's going on. There is no preview as far as SmackDown goes. I would assume it's because it's because he's back. I mean, yeah, he's running things and he's changing shit. Maybe it's not him. We'll send him away. So, but there is no like I said, there is no SmackDown preview. So a couple title matches. There is a women's title tag team title match. So we'll see Raquel and Liv in action against what looks like it looks like Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. So I don't know the name of their tag team yet. If they have an actual name, I'm gonna call them the Karen Squad, or the May I Speak to Your Manager Express or something like that. I don't know what to call them. Either way, they're kind of mage. So yo, I'm right here on Facebook. We're all over the place. We are on the In Your House page. We are on my Hypocrisy Jones pages. So if you're out there watching, I appreciate you and everything like that. And thank you for rocking with me tonight. I want to kick it over to a little bit of a Rampage preview, because that comes on after SmackDown tonight. And it looks like John Moxley is going to take on Christopher Daniels. And that should be pretty interesting. I don't want to give any spoilers out, so I'm not going to give any spoilers. I know they're out there for Rampages because they're pre-taped and stuff, but I ain't going to ruin it for none of y'all. And then it looks like we have the Hardys and Hook. The Hardys, Hook, and Isaiah Cassidy speak in ring. So all the stuff that's going on with the firm and the exit of the Hardys and and all the mess that's going on right there is going to be talked about, I guess. And then we'll have Julia Hart versus Kiera Hogan, which should be a really fire match, to be honest. Both of those are very great women's wrestlers, in my opinion. We'll also have FTR and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Slim J and the Varsity Athletes. So, okay. Yeah, this has to do with the Briscoe thing, because he is a part of whatever we call this Jeff Jarrett, faction and Jay Lethal faction or whatever. So that'll be pretty interesting. Let's see if they'll coexist. Of course, they won't be able to coexist, but we shall find out. Yeah. Yo, I appreciate you out there. Yo, I see my homie Coon is rocking with us. If you didn't catch last week, I had special guest Joshua Joseph on, and make sure to check out his podcast. You can find it on Spotify. It's A Moment with Joshua Joseph. So make sure to check that out. And, check out last week's episode of Friday Night Hype, as we got to know him. And, we talked about a little bit of the wrestling goings on of last week. So that was pretty cool. And then looks like to cap off Rampage, we're gonna have El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dralistico for the AAA Mega Championship, which should be fucking fire. Speaking of fire, not to segue, back, but did you guys hear the music at the beginning of the show? That was my homie Danny Zuko, and Drop Lesnar. So fucking fire track. I love it. I might play it again on the outro so y'all can jam out too. But make sure to check him out. And also check out me on the weekly plug, as we try to plug you into local artists with our Monday plug play. So don't forget that. If you're just trying to vibe and everything like that, that's all we're trying to do for you. So my homie Coon's wearing his FTR Top Guy shirt. He felt tough today. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. My homie House is in the house. I know that's right. So okay. So, all right, that is the preview for today, and that's what I'm going to give you as far as SmackDown and Rampage goes, and which is great. I want to talk about what's going on in wrestling today a little bit, and I'm going to talk about this first, and that is Ted DiBiase is in jail, bro. Like he landed his ass in jail, and looks like he's facing some heavy charges. The headline, according to Yahoo News, if you can see right here, is former pro wrestler Ted DiBiase used money meant for needy families to buy himself a boat and make a down payment on a house. Bro. You could be going to jail for a very long time. Rock with me as I read this to you. It says, prosecutors allege that the former pro wrestler misappropriated federal funds for personal gain. Feds alleged in an unsealed indictment that Ted DiBiase Jr. used the money to buy a boat I'm sorry, to buy a boat. He is now facing federal charges of theft, wire fraud, and money laundering. A former professional wrestler used millions of dollars. Oh, why does this shit repeat? I should make my own notes, but I am not that prepared here. I prepare other things, as you see. As you see, things are getting better. We're not a new podcast by any means, but we are definitely improving all the time, right? I guess this is a new podcast. This is a new format. We haven't really been doing this, so this is new. But the whole in your house structure as a whole is not necessarily new. So, let's see. Federal prosecutors allege in a statement released Thursday that former professional wrestler Theodore Marvin DiBiase Jr., a 40-year-old man from Madison, Mississippi, along with 3 co-conspirators, stole money from federal aid programs intended to support needy families in the state, including the Emergency Food Assistance Program, which is called TFAP, and the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, which is also called TANF. If you know, you know. And for their own personal use and benefit. And man, bro, you out here looking like a whole asshole right now. That's why I got you over here behind bars. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way, but if I'm not, deal with it. But that is not good, my friend. That is not good at all, my friend. You could be facing several years in prison, and not the fake kind. So, man, I hope that boat was worth it, because sounds like you done played yourself, bro. Absolutely played yourself, man. And what do you guys think about that, household? Or let's see what your guys' thoughts are. Where's the chat? Oh, shoot. The great thing about doing live things is that you're live and, it's in real time, right? Which is great. Until you can't find stuff that you're looking for on these things that you've set up, which is okay. It's all okay. I am not complaining. He said, our friend Joshua said, "Ooh, it's not gonna be fun in there for him. One thing prison guys can all bond together on is leave kids alone. Wonder if he is going." Oh, I'm not saying that part. You're going to get me in trouble there. You're going to get me in trouble there, Josh. I can't be saying all that stuff, They going to be after me, This is why I don't talk about Kanye on my other sources. We call him, him. Because controversial. Absolutely controversial. Okay. Let's say okay. The other thought I wanted to kind of expand on this today too. As I still try to get things to work. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Goldberg situation, right? I know Khan talked about it this week, in his solo podcast, and then we talked about it a little bit on Wednesday. And I'm not trying to overbear y'all with Goldberg talk, right? And I hope you guys aren't too oversaturated with that. But man, I think he's going to AEW, guys. What? You think he's going to AEW? Because I really think he's going to AEW. There's huge talks right now about him going. And I don't know from a this seems so weird, especially from a fan base that booed this man. Now, given he was put in a title picture, maybe I mean, I kind of think that he asked to be in that title picture. And I might be wrong, but like, I don't hate the idea of Goldberg going back to AEW. You know, he'll be on TBS and TNT. That'd be super nostalgic. You know, whenever the Saturday show comes up, that, you know, it may be good for somebody else to be on a show with CM Punk, because, you know, that with that whole mess, right? Like, and we'll get into that too, as we keep going on. But like, I kind of I'm it's growing on me. The idea of Goldberg going to AEW is kind of growing on me. Not in the not in the sense that, like, I necessarily super think that they need him. And they don't. Although they do need names, and they do need to be able to compete with WWE on a grander scale, as they continue to try to, you know, present themselves on a bigger and grander scale, right? You know, we still have London coming up at Wembley Stadium for them. So, like, you know, they have to make some moves right now, and I think this is kind of the opportune time for them to start making these new moves, because you know who's not making moves right now? WWE. They're not making moves right now. You know why they're not making moves? Because they just had a huge merger. And along with this huge merger, they're trying to cut some fat. They're trying to cut things so that they can build a better product, you know, here, even better product here in the next few years, right? So this is kind of interesting time, man. And I keep on bringing up guys like Goldberg and Drew McIntyre, which, you know, yeah, as you can see, like, Drew McIntyre does not seem very happy, and maybe not happy, but he seems very open to seeing what's out there, finding out what's out there for him. And you know, that's a great thing. You know, he should absolutely do that. I encourage that. And like, that's something that I think that he really does need to do. Along with that, though, like, I just wonder, like, is this the time for for AEW to start stacking these guys, right? Build your roster. Look, I think the writing's on the wall right now, right? That, like, CM Punk's coming back. There's a new Saturday show. It's called Collision or something like that, or Saturday Night Collision or something like that. This is a show pretty much built for CM Punk right now. We have an elite situation, which is going to be separated from that situation, right? So, like, I think the elite, as in the Young Bucks, mostly right now, they're kind of pushing themselves out. You know, I could kind of see them pushing themselves towards, you know, a WWE, you know, coming soon forward, especially if things don't pan out. You know, they see their buddy Cody over there. I could see the writing on the wall. And I'm not saying that AEW should go out and, like, you know, really, really hire all these old guys, like, that we harped on them about doing in the first place. Like, hey, you're hiring too many old guys. I don't want them to do that. But, man, I really think, man, if they're going to continue to compete, if they're going to continue to prosper, this might be the time to do it. Yeah, hire a bunch of veterans. Bring your Goldbergs in here. Definitely bring your Drew McIntyres in here. You know, fight like hell to keep your MJFs, right? Let's not forget about that. You know, 2024 is just right around the corner. Not to mention MJF, but, you know, you have the man, Becky Lynch. Her contract, I believe, comes up around 2024. 2024 is going to be a really, really interesting year when it comes to this professional wrestling business, because a lot of things are going to change, and that's if either things don't change for the better at WWE, and also if things don't change for the better in AEW, right? Because they both have their downfalls and their problems right now. The homie Coon, he said Goldberg never respected wrestling and only acted like it when Vince started paying him and using him for money. Goldberg should have been left in the waste of WCW when they ended it. Man, those are strong comments, bro. I love it. I love it though. Like I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Like yo, thank you, Con. Also, the complaint department. I love that name too. I think it's pretty mage. I, you know, um, I like I said, man, I think this might be the time. This might be the time to strike while the iron's hot. You know, build your roster. You know, make sure you're doing it while the competition is in this kind of freeze, because I don't think WWE is going to be really hiring anyone for at least a few months. Like, I think we're probably going to be have who we have until probably about SummerSlam, right? Um, and that's and the only thing that may change about that is we may have a little bit less on that side. You know, you may see some people go, because that's the nature of the business, right? And it's also first quarter. First quarter cuts are a bitch, man, and it's a real life thing that businesses do, unfortunately. So, yeah. Shout out to my homie Jordan Martin too. Yo, he's in the chat. He's talking about the Ted DiBiase thing. He said with federal money, that's not smart to use, and he's definitely right. Definitely right. Coon in the chat says, "Who has he mentored? Who on their own has come out and said Goldberg is a guy got me ready for my moment on the big stage? It's a great field if you right for that field." I Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't think Goldberg has made many people in his career. He really came from the benefit of being made, right, and at a time where like um he was made by everyone else in WCW. They pushed him to the moon. That's why, like, I mentioned this the other I mentioned this on a previous show that, like, I think it would be a good thing if he came back and he mentored it, if he managed, put him with a Jade Cargill. She already has a streak going on. There's already a built-in story there. They're both former athletes. One is a humongous old Jewish man, strong man, and the other is a humongous black female, but they're both athletes. They both have been presented in the same similar fashion. You know, I don't see why Goldberg couldn't mentor him in that way, or her in that way. I'm sorry. Um, I don't see why that couldn't be a good possibility. I don't necessarily want to see him like keep going on matches and keep having matches or anything, unless like he gets put over by, or he puts over like a Wardlow, or really a personal favorite of mine would be a Hobbs, right? Like if he puts over a Hobbs, like thank you, bro, because dude needs that, especially like if they're gonna be hot potato in this TNT title over at AEW right now. Like I think if we saw him do those sorts of things, that would be great. I I also mentioned last show that like him versus Brett would be great, but that couldn't happen. Um, Kuhn said he made Brett in wrestling because he can't fake kick. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just want Brett to get his revenge, to be honest. Just a couple good shots, bro. Just a couple good shots. Um, yeah, I don't know if that would happen. I might be a horrible person for even suggesting this, to be honest. Oh man, yo, over in the chats, they're saying they were roasting Ted DiBiase, saying that the $1 Million Man is worth a food stamp now, which is I find hilarious, fucking hilarious, yo. Yo, hold on, we're live. Let me text my fiance back. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do, even if it's right in the middle of your live stream. It's okay. Um, so it's what we do for love. So, um, I don't know. I don't know where we were at there. I kind of got lost on topic. Um, but that's what I had for you guys this week. I don't want to like overbear you with stuff or give you the longest podcast ever because because y'all ain't got time for that. Wrestling's about to start. Smackdown's about to come on. I just came on here to try to get y'all hype for that and for Rampage, right? So oh, look at this. Look at this. It's 5 minutes before Smackdown and WWE comes out with a actual preview. What? What? Look at that. Nope, I lied. I lied. But they are showing a graphic of Matt Riddle and Solo Sequoia. So maybe we will see that. It looks like Matt Riddle battle Solo Sequoia in no disqualification match. So that'll be interesting. I want to see that. I really think that who must be back because that wasn't there about 20 minutes ago. So I think this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. And I hate to keep harboring on this. We might just have to deal with this shit for a minute until he goes and there's no more. So I don't know. He's like 78 years old, bro. Eventually he'll just he'll be there one day and then he won't. It'll be okay, and then maybe we'll get better wrestling from Paul. That's what I want. That's really what I want. But, so anyways, yo, I hope you guys have a great weekend. My name is Hypocrisy Jones. You can find me every week right here on In Your House. I'm one of the ones that curate the most chaos here, the crazy ass memes that you see under there. When we're calling out people, I help to work and create those things. You can also find me on the on a podcast that I call The Weekly Plug with my homie Scrap Lotto. We plug you in on entertainment, fashion, music, movies, literally everything you need to know about it. We got the plug for you, all right? So check us out during the week. Check us out today, actually. Our newest episode just dropped. So it's a weekly plug. You can find it at The Weekly Plug on Facebook, or you can also find it at the Kokomo Press. And if you don't know about the Kokomo Press, man, we're a whole fucking network there, man. We put on shows like the Kokomo Press podcast and the Weekly Plug, as well as a very multitude of other things, whether they're memes, editorials. We just had a satire post get reported as real news on Real News. Is satire. Complete sad. Actually, I don't want to close. Actually, I want to show you guys this. So let me bring this up for you guys because this is great. And I am so proud and happy to be a part of the Kokomo Press family. And I just want to take a second to show you guys out there in your house land what we're doing there, because I talk about it all the time, but I don't ever show you. But I can show you right now, right? Because I'm right here. So actually, So this is hilarious, and I will pull this up for you guys. Let's pull all this up for you guys. Huh. I didn't mean for that to go there. We're gonna put that right there. So this is Kokomo Press Kokomo Press. You can find them on Facebook. Like I said, that you can find the weekly plug there. Me and my homie Scrap Lotto, you can see right there. We produce that every week, and then we put it out there for you. Just trying to plug you in. You can find all sorts of great things on the week or on the Kokomo Press. Like, if this isn't real, then I don't want it, right? Like, this is a great tattoo. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not Sharpie. That is ink put in by a needle. Like a real one. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. So let's spill real American.
This is sponsored by Artillery Tea Co. The Artillery Tea Company is a patriotic company that does some outstanding tea. Make just, tea bags are healthy. The tea smells great, tastes great. You've got that 10% off when you use the promo code RAB. Go to artilleryteaco.com. You still drinking
love it? I love the chamomile. Had it last night.
Well, this is where we try to share some political gossip, but this was submitted by Trixie in the Mix, one of our great viewers. I don't know. It's just gossip. It says a Kokomo man is facing charges after police say he passed gas in a customer's taco at a local Taco Bell. Chris Strutton, age 22, facing a simple battery charge after another employee called the cops on him after witnessing him take a taco in the freezer and passing gas on the Supreme Taco. Terrence, your thoughts?
I can't, bro.
I'll pass. Who does that?
I'll pass.
Who does that?
But this is insanity. I keep saying that Carrie Lake calls it Planet Crazy. And what are people have lost their mind. Go do your job, get on the shift there, and move on, and go home and enjoy your family. Don't be doing this at Taco Bell, my man.
Even though I must admit, this isn't to impugn fast food workers, but given the way some fast food attendants treat you and how rude they are, it wouldn't surprise me what happens behind closed doors in some fast food restaurants. And
yeah,
again,
he was.
This is
I guess
a generalization,
the guy's story
that's nasty.
Is that a customer was rude, and that's what led to it. But Trixie in the Mix passed it along. There you go. Let's get a little something we call Sunny Side Up, shall we?
That's just a dose of the craziness that we offer on the Kokomo Press. This made actual real news that apparently doesn't fact check their news because, I don't know. This is why I don't trust the news. But you can trust the Kokomo Press because we label ourselves as satire. We make sure that you know it. They didn't know it because I don't know. But here's the original post if you guys would like to see it. It was a Kokomo man is facing charges that police say that he farted in a customer's taco at a local Taco Bell. Chris Sutton, age 22, Kokomo, Indiana, is facing a simple battery charge. I love my group. I love my page. I love doing things like this, and honestly, I actually love all of you guys. Again, I don't want to hold you. Smackdown's already started. Go fucking watch that, bro. Don't watch me. Go watch Smackdown. My name is Hypocrisy Jones, though. I told you where you can find me. Just look me up, bro. All the socials, it's Hypocrisy Jones. I made it super simple for all of you guys. You can find me right here in your house, weekly plug, Kokomo Press. I'm a little bit everywhere, bro. Go watch some Smackdown and make sure to come back next week when me and Con are here, or when Con's doing his solo thing, Go watch some wrestling.